You take the things through, Fred. I'll look up.
Hello, Walker. Aye, aye.
Hello, Mrs. Walker. Just thought I'd have a cup of coffee before the mad rush started.
Oh, really? Fred, don't dump my parcels on the table like that. They're not sacks of coal. They're expensive purchases.
How'd you get on, then?
Quite well, really. I think you'd better go and open up. I went to the Royal Exchange Centre. Now, dear, it is just the place when one wants to buy out-of-season clothes. I mean, when one is heading for the sun, one doesn't want tweeds or fur-lined boots, does one?
One doesn't.
Now, something here that will make you quite pleased.
Oh, very nice.
For special occasions, of course. But I'm bound to be invited to the captain's cocktail party.
Oh, you will. They ask everybody to them.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, thank you. Yes, pal.
I'd like to see Mrs. Walker, if she's in.
Oh, yeah. Who shall I say is asking?
Lewis, Gordon Lewis.
Mr. Lewis. Hang about, Mr. Lewis.
Well, it's warmer in here than outside.
It is cold, isn't it?
Still, it's all we can expect at this time of year, really.
Mr. Lewis, how are you?
I'm very well, Mrs. Walker, thank you.
Do come through.
Thank you.
Hey, who's he when he's at home?
It'll be a gigolo, won't it, for Trip? She can't bank on finding one on board, so she's taking her own.
I would have done for that.
She wants class, Fred, not a bit of rough.
Now, do come and sit down, Mr. Lewis. Sherry.
Oh, that's very nice. A Amontillado, if you have it.
We have indeed. Now, do you know that the brewery have been saying very, very nice things about you?
Well, that's nice to hear.
And I'm sure that my staff are going to be only too happy to collaborate with you. Any problems?
No, I'm ready to move in as soon as you move off on your well-earned holiday.
Which is tomorrow.
Which is tomorrow. Here's to a wonderful time.
Ah, thank you so much. As you probably know, Mr. Lewis, I don't normally apply to the brewery for relief manager. Normally, I leave one of my staff in charge, either Mrs. Turpin, who's off today, or Fred, that's Mr. G, whom you just met. But lately, and I'm sorry to have to say this, one or two little things have been going rather badly.
While the cat's away?
Precisely.
Well, don't you worry for a second, Mrs. Walker. Concentrate on enjoying yourself.
Do you know, I think I've already started.
No way. It's television that's killed soccer.
And the violence.
And the money. I mean, who's going to pay a couple of quid to get a bottle on the back of the neck?
When you see it on Saturday night and Sunday afternoon, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but they don't get the crowds they used to get just after the war. I mean, they only get half the numbers. 60,000 was nothing then. Do you know, I remember going to see Arsenal play United at Main Road. They must have turned 10,000 away from the gate, and that was midweek.
Spot the deliberate mistake, did you?
What deliberate mistake?
What deliberate mistake? He says, listen, I may be ignorant. I may be about 200 years younger than you, but my limited intelligence tells me that Manchester United did not play in Main Road.
Ah, well, that's where you're wrong, because they were bombed out at Trafford Park.
Did you have a bet on it?
No, we didn't have a bet. I stand corrected, Squire.
There must have been, what, 50,000 fellas all playing trunk from work that day.
Unemployment wasn't a problem then, you know. It was keeping the factories open on a match day.
Well, why didn't they play at night?
Well, they ain't got floodlights, have they?
You're not doing very well, love. If I were you, I'd pack up while I were losing.
I think I will bet. Let's have 3 pints, love.
Hello, Mrs. Walker.
Bet, Fred, may I introduce Mr. Gordon Lewis, who's been sent by the brewery to look after things while I'm away. So this time there were no arguments as to who is in charge. Now, I've told Mr. Lewis about my loyal staff, and I'm sure you're all going to get on together famously.
I'm sure we will.
Very nice.
Looking forward to it.
Until we meet up tomorrow then. Goodbye, Mr. Lewis.
You never mentioned the brand.
I knew you'd be pleased.
Yeah, I was just going to lock up, Mrs. Walker.
I've got a choice of a headache coming on. If it doesn't go any better, I shan't have to go to sleep. We've all got a terrific day ahead of us tomorrow. I've got to install Mr. Lewis, travel to Southampton.
Go on a cruise to the Canaries.
Travel can be very wearing, Ben.
I wouldn't mind wearing it for a week or two.
Did you hear that?
I've got to install Mr. Lewis.
Don't fret, I'll see to him.
Oh, no, you won't. I'll see to him. It's my job he's taking, innit?
I'll toss you for him.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry, has Deirdre been in?
Oh, well, sir, you're in the doghouse, mate.
Where have you been?
Well, my car broke down, isn't it? On the moors, miles from anywhere. I walked 2 miles back to a garage, shut up tight.
No phone? Don't tell me, vandalised.
Yes, well, I finally get a lift. I had to dump my car. This chap drove me to Stalybridge station, train just pulling out, otherwise I phoned you from there. How was she?
Not very happy.
I wouldn't say that. I thought she was in good hands. In a manner of speaking, like. She went out with Mike Baldwin.
Mike?
Oh, we got her on the rebound. If I were you, Ken, I'd leave it till morning.
Tonight of all nights.
Have I been missed?
No, you've not been missed, but you are needed.
Aye, what's to do?
I've busted new sunglasses, haven't I?
How do you manage that?
Well, fancying myself, and they just come to pieces.
You'll not fix these.
Couldn't you codge summat up?
No chance. They'll have to go back to the shop, these. You have to change them.
Well, she got them from Marshall's in town. How can I get there? Couldn't you do something with glue? It wouldn't half boost your image.
They'll not glue together, these. I'll tell you what I'll do, look. I'll take them back to Marshall's for you. I've got the Rover outside. It's out there doing now.
Do you think you've got time?
Got time for you any time, darling. Tell her I've gone to put some air in the tyres, eh?
Tar, Fred, you're a pal.
I'm dynamite, me. Given half a chance.
You buzzed?
I'm trying to keep calm, Bet. Very, very calm. I'm trying to keep, as they keep saying in those awful things on television, my cool.
Yes, well, it's been a bit nerve-wracking, I suppose, all this last-minute rush.
As you know, I can normally cope, but I cannot cope when things mysteriously disappear.
What's disappeared?
My sunglasses. They have disappeared from the face of the earth. Brand new sunglasses bought yesterday in Marshall's with agonies of indecision.
I get a lot of that in Chippy. I broke 'em, Mrs. Walker.
Well, I didn't want to accuse you outright. As I was passing from the hall to the back, I did see you trying them on.
Well, they just come to bits in me hand.
Beyond repair, in other words.
I was fancying myself, weren't I? In Casablanca. All suntanned and sylph-like. Hinge come off. But there's hope, Mrs. Walker. Fred's gone to change 'em.
Gone to Marshall's? At this time? Do you realise I've hardly more than an hour before my train?
Well, Fred didn't see any problem.
It is unbelievable. This on top of everything. And I don't suppose he had the sense to take the receipt with him?
Well, no.
More delay. That'll be the new manager. You'd better see him through.
Do you know it's over an hour now? If Fred doesn't get back and she misses that train.
What time is it?
12:20.
Oh, I know what time it is now. What time's the train?
13:19. You've heard of the 3:10 to Yuma. This is the 13:19 to Southampton.
I should never get that. Takes half an hour across the blooming road.
Albert, can't you see I'm stood here having kittens?
Well, if you're having kittens, what's she having?
My flaming guts for garters.
Where is her ladyship, anyway?
She's showing this relief manager his living quarters. In other words, Billy's old room minus the Miss World calendars. Oh, Fred, where are you?
You'll have been towed away.
I'm sorry that your tour of inspection has been so brisk, Mr. Lewis, but it really has been a very fraught morning.
I don't wonder. I think I'd be going through the roof.
Well, I mean, last-minute hitches are one thing, but when you've got less than an hour to catch your train, and if you miss it, the whole cruise could be off, well, you do tend to get on edge.
Oh, that's quite understandable.
I mean, all one asks from one's staff is a modicum of common sense.
Can be a short commodity in bar stuff.
Bet and Fred, you see, the salt of the earth, really. But they have this fatal habit of playing the clown unless one keeps a very tight rein. Now, I'm quite sure that Fred will be outside there showing no sign of urgency.
Mrs. Walker?
Is Fred back?
No, he's not back.
I can't believe it. I cannot believe that anyone could be so stupid. You'll be in some betting shop or other.
Should I phone a taxi?
If you would, please, yes.
By the time a taxi arrives...
There is nothing we can do but sit here and wait.
He's here, the Wanderer.
Get a good double, did you, Fred? Wish you had a double up. Do me a favour.
Where on earth have you been?
Oh, well, I went to get some air, Mrs.
I
Walker.
know where you've been. I know the whole story. Are those the sunglasses? Did they change them?
Well, a bit of argy-bargy about the receipt, but I insisted, you know.
Yes, well, never mind that. Get the boot open, get the luggage in, and for heaven's sake, let's get on our way to the station.
Well, what's all the panic, Mrs. Walker? You've over 2 hours. I mean, I know the traffic's bad, but it's not all that bad.
2 hours? We've got barely 25 minutes.
13:19, Mrs. Walker. That's 3:20.
13:19 is 1:20.
13:19? Well, what's 3:20?
15:19 plus 1.
Will you get in the car, you silly man? Oh, and Bet, if and when the taximan comes, ask him to send his bill and tell him that I didn't really expect that it would take 20 minutes.
Got your luggage in anyway, Mrs. Walker?
I can't think what sort of impression we must be giving you.
Don't worry, you're leaving the place in good hands. Soon have things ticking over. Everything all right?
Fairly normal.
Mrs. Walker catch a train, did she?
Would Evie stood here on pins?
Why, she missed it.
13:19, 3:20.
Shut up, Lynch. It's the last time I'll pull you out.
Does this mean her trip's off?
Well, we don't know. That's why he's in suspended.
Well, she missed the train, but I mean, whether there's another boat.
All we can hope is that the captain can't tell the time either.
You broke a flipping glassy, didn't you?
Good evening.
Evening.
How do you?
I don't know whether we've met, but I'm running things for a short spell while Mrs. Walker is on holiday.
Well, you got a job on, haven't you?
I hate giving people a push. It makes me dead depressed. It really does. It makes me real guilty. A right swine.
Wait, I say, when she gets her head off.
What? Give the working class power.
Don't start that. I mean, you were there. I had to do it. You heard it.
Yeah, she gave you no option, love.
Look at the way Gail and I worked together. Didn't know I was born, did I?
Hey, are you looking for a good worker?
Well, I thought it was Diggs you were looking for.
No, look, I sorted it out. Chuck my cap in this after. All sunshine and lollipops now.
Oh, you sexy devil.
What's he got that Cary Grant hasn't?
Hey, no, that's all. Joking aside, if you want a good worker, I've got just the last for you. My little niece, our Sandra. Now, you ask her mum if she's not a good worker.
I suppose she comes with glowing references.
Oh, come on, Elsie. She's moping. Ever since she got laid off at Johnson's.
The other one I sent up the road came with glowing references and all.
No, look, she's a good one. More on the mother's side than our kid.
Well, I'm not promising anything, man, but send her around tomorrow. I'll have a look at her.
Oh, it's hard, Elsie. Hey, fill the lady's glass, Bet.
Hey, Fred, you seen that big hand creeping along to high noon?
I don't know what you've got to crow about, Lynch. You're in for it and all, you know.
Rovers Return. It's the nibs. Yes, Mrs. Walker, it's Bet here. She sounds murderous. Yes, Mrs. Walker, I'm still here. She's missed boat.
Emigrate, Fred.
Cruise is off. Can't get her money back.
Tell her I'm sorry.
Shut up.
Listen, say Fred's sorry and he'll meet you at the station.
Oh, who said Fred G was a creeper? Who said that?
Look, tell her time doesn't matter.
No, midnight, 3 o'clock in the morning. Faithful Fred will be there.
Right, Mrs. Walker. Thanks very much for ringing. Be seeing you soon. Bye-bye.
Why didn't you tell her I'd meet her?
It gives you 30 minutes more life, Fred, if she has to walk from the station. Relax. She didn't miss it. That was shipped to shore, would you believe?
Oh, very posh.
Yeah. She's got a fabulous cabin, an invite to the captain's cocktail party with Mrs. Taylor Brown. Can you imagine the swank?
I'm pulling my leg, Lynch.
Can I make something absolutely clear? While I'm running things, there'll be no more of these silly antics in front of customers. So just cut them out.
Right, I'm back. Still looking a bit green round the gills, but, well, at least I'm here. I don't look that bad, do I?
If you'd any sense, you'd have stopped at home.
Oh, I couldn't do that, not for a day longer. Oh, I'm fed up with being on my own. I'd have even welcomed Hilda's cracking amapola. No, I'm all right. The doctor said that if I wrapped up warm, I could come back to work.
What she's saying is there's a worse bug here than what you've got.
Watch it, G.
No, I said bug here, didn't I? Mind you, not that the other wouldn't have applied with this fella.
Oi, when you pair are finished with this comedy act, would you mind telling me what it's all about?
Très simple. Mrs. W has fetched a relief manager in to run this place in Her Majesty's absence.
She's never.
OK, she's never. In which case, that long streak of poison back there is just a figment of my imagination, which I couldn't be more delighted to hear.
But she's always trusted us to run it before.
Yeah, well, she don't now.
Oh, what a cheek.
Yeah, this is one occasion when even you're allowed to use a rude word. You'll probably use an even ruder one when you meet him.
Yeah. I dare say she was thinking of me, though.
Oh, you?
Yeah. Oh, Mrs. Walker's not daft, you know. She realises it is quite a responsibility, you know, to be left in charge as head barmaid. Especially when you pair start with your funny business.
Oh, thank you very much.
Look, it can't be all that bad. I mean, well, what's his name, anyway?
Lewis, spelt L-O-U-S-E.
Yeah. Look, you're hardly giving him a chance. She didn't go till yesterday. He's hardly been here 5 minutes.
Yeah, well, he gave us a right slagging in public last night, didn't he?
Well, he probably deserved it.
If this is workers' solidarity, I'm going to come back as a flaming aristocrat next time.
Morning, all.
You sound blooming cheerful.
Oh, I am. I want
Oh,
to
don't
be
worry, girls, don't worry. She'll soon belt up as soon as she's met him.
Oh,
I think they mean Mr. Lewis.
oh, the new manager. Oh, I have met him. He's lovely.
There's not two of them, is there?
Oh, he's a real gent. He admired my new pinny.
Hey.
And he said I make even better poached eggs than his man.
You see, smarmy as well.
Now, why does that make him smarmy? Can't a man pay a woman a compliment without having an interior motive? Mind you, I don't suppose any man ever paid you a compliment without having an interior motive.
And I don't suppose a man ever paid you one because he had.
Good morning.
Oh, Mr. Lewis, this is Mrs. Turpin, what you haven't met yet.
No, I haven't. How are you, Mrs. Turpin? Sorry to hear you've been ill. Hope you feel fit enough to come back to us.
Oh, yes, I'm still a bit wobbly on my legs, but, well, not so dusty, thank you.
Good, good. Mrs. Walker tells me what a linchpin you are.
Huh?
If there's one member of the bar staff you can rely on, Mr. Lewis, it's Mrs. Turpin.
Oh, Betty, please. Did Mrs. Walker get up all right, then? I mean, with all that nonsense this morning, I forgot to ask.
With just one or two little hiccups, Frederick?
I wish I had somebody who'd take me on a luxury cruise.
Oh, nobody took Mrs. Walker. She took herself, love.
But she's not got her husband to take her.
Neither have I. His idea of an ocean breeze is to go for a row round Eaton Park Lake.
I think that's a very good idea, darling.
A cruise?
No, a row round Eaton Park Lake.
Oh. Did you find it, love?
Yeah, this is the one. Mrs. Walker lent it to me ages ago. Anyway, I'll bring it back first thing in the morning.
No hurry, lovey. She won't be needing it for a bit.
OK. Entertaining, are we?
No, our Tracy's got this sudden craving for beef cooked in red wine. Do you know, I said when they started giving them cocktail savouries with the milk at play school, I said, where will it all end?
Dear Daphne.
Hey, what's that?
What's your change? What does it look like?
10p, so with 50 I give you a quid.
Give over, Oggy. I saw you put it in your pocket once.
And I pulled it straight out. I thought it was fishy.
There's nothing fishy about it. I gave you 2p and a 50p. I don't know where you got that from.
I got it from you. You gave it me, didn't you?
I never did.
What's up? What is it, Chuck?
So you give me wrong change.
Look, there's one way to sort this out. Get all the money out of your pocket, put it on the counter.
There you are, you see. There it is.
And when I come in, I know for a fact.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Are you doubting my husband's word?
He's doubting mine, isn't he?
Nobody's accusing you of nothing.
Oh, thank you very much.
Anybody can make a mistake.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't make a flipping mistake.
All right, what's going on?
She gave me wrong change.
I never did.
Betty wouldn't
No,
do
experienced
that.
staff
No,
don't
it's
do
not
things.
the money, Mr. Lewis. It's the principle of the thing.
It should have been a 50. She gave me 10.
There's 50p there, look.
All right, cool it. Now, Mr. Ogden, how much did you say you should have had?
50p and he only got 10.
Betty, give Mr. Ogden 40 pence. No buts, Betty. When in doubt, the customer is always right. You got that?
Yes.
Good.
Well, so what do you think of your little blue-eyed boy now, then?
I mean, it's how it looks, Mr. Lewis. That's what's upsetting me.
It was a routine procedure, Betty. I'd have done exactly the same if it had been either of the other two.
Yeah. You see, my late husband, bless him, I mean, he was a policeman.
Well, what's that got to do with it?
Well, I always set great store by honesty and by being seen to be honest.
Well, no one was doubting that.
Well, it doesn't look like that to me.
Well, I think you're being oversensitive. I think you're making a mountain out of a molehill. Now, can we please let the subject drop, because I've got other things to attend to.
It's not blooming well right.
You heard the man. Forget it. Best thing, Cock.
Well, it's not you that's being accused.
No, but it could have been. A frog face there. At least you've got the satisfaction of knowing we'd all have been treated same road, unfairly.
What gets me, though, I mean, what really sticks in my car is that Fat Oggy there should come off best. I mean, him of all people. Still, I think Bet's right. Best that you always forget it. We don't have to put it with him forever, do we?
I'll be glad when Mrs. Walker gets back.
Come on, let's be having you. Seen more than enough of you two in here for one day.
Hey, I'm surprised he's had cheek to come back in here after this afternoon.
If that's how you feel about it, I'll give you 40p back.
No, Tar. The decision's been made, so let it stand.
I'm getting more aggro in here than I do at home.
It's a pity Jim's caff isn't licensed. I'm well in there now, Stanley.
Elsie Tanny, you're joking. She wouldn't give me a free shake or a salt pot.
No, not her. Our little Sandra, she's working there now. Hey, I'll tell you what, stick with me, Stanley. Double bacon butties on the house, no danger.
Fred, a word.
Aye?
I've just been down the cellar.
Oh?
I don't like it. I don't like it one little bit.
What's up with it?
It's not being kept as I like a cellar to be kept. That's what's wrong with it.
No difference to whether Mrs. Walker's here. She's never complained.
Mrs. Walker is an elderly lady, and I dare say she only got down there once in a blue moon. Besides which, she's not here, is she? But I am. And I want that cellar put into rights first thing in the morning. You got it? Good.
Where's Bonzo?
Living room.
Good.
If you don't like it, why do you sup it?
What? Gets you going, doesn't it? Winds you up in the morning, you know.
Oh, what a state to be in.
Time is it?
Late.
I could hardly get my head off that pillar this morning.
You sure you've not left it there? Because that what you're holding looks more like a turnip to me.
Oh, ha, ha, ha. Anyhow, I'll get that cellar sorted out, see if it suits me, that almighty mouse there.
Is everything all right?
Of course it is, Betty, love.
Honey, I'm getting so scared to come to work.
Well, that's being silly, that is.
Is it? After all that performance yesterday with Stan's change, it made me look a right fool in front of folk.
Well, all I can say is he's very pleasant with me.
I wonder why.
Don't be bitter, Betty. There's been nothing like that yet.
Hey, I say, you two, what's going on down there? That cellar, it's as clean as a new pin.
Oh, yes, I forgot to tell you he's been down. And I also forgot to tell you that he wanted to see you as soon as you condescended to put in an appearance, his words.
I wish you'd have told me before.
I'm going to, just before he dashed off.
Hey, it's got him all of a twitch and all.
You know, he's not that bad, Betty.
Huh?
If you handle him right.
You as well, eh?
Pardon?
Well, just got up, having your breakfast, like.
Not breakfast, Fred. 11's is.
11's is? What? So you just gone 9?
Yeah, but 11's is a relative, aren't they? Relative to the time you got up. I got up over 2 hours ago, so I think I can safely claim these to be my 11's, don't you?
Well, suppose so.
Do you know what I've done in those 2 hours?
No idea.
Your job. I've done the cellar work.
Well, you don't need to have done that. I mean, it was first thing on my list this morning.
Got it exactly as I want it. And that's the way I want it keeping from now on, all right? Exactly as it is now.
Well, all right, well, Mrs. Walker was here. I mean, she's never complained.
Well, how often did she go down there?
Well, now and again.
Now and again. I'm going to go down there every day, Fred. A well-kept cellar means a well-kept house. You'd agree with that, I suppose.
Well, of course I would, I know, but I mean, there's no point. Look, I think you're just being an old... Well, I think you're being fussy.
But I can be fussy if I want, Fred. Because I'm the manager, aren't I? Fred?
Well, you're the manager.
I set the standards, not you. It's your job to see they're maintained. Right? Fred?
Well, right.
Good. That's something else we've got sorted out. Making progress. Slowly. If you're going to have some breakfast, don't take too long about it. The yard needs sorting out as well.
There you Cock. Reward for a job well done. That tap was beginning to sound like it was dripping inside my head.
Thanks. You're a gent.
The way my love life's been going lately, I'm beginning to wonder.
Hey, I'm working and all, you know. I wouldn't mind, say, a small sherry just to keep me going.
You're just a labourer, Hilda. It's the technocrats like Lenny who what get the VIP treatment.
That's as it should be.
Absolutely.
He's only put a washer on cold tap.
But But could you have done it, Hilda?
Yes, I could, as a matter of fact. I can also mend a fuse, put a new plug on my Hoover and fettle a loose doorknob. It's a good job I can do all them things. Otherwise, our house had just dropped to bits till it disappeared down a big hole. Mind you, I don't think Stan would notice even then. His idea of do-it-yourself is fetching his own empties back to the pub.
You'd have made a good pioneer, you would, Hilda.
Oh, isn't that what I am?
Hey, His Excellency's on his way.
Stop getting in a state, Betty.
If he says one more wrong word to me, just one more wrong word, I'll thump him, I will.
Well, he's as nice as pie with me.
Yeah, and me. He's probably one of them people who doesn't suffer fools gladly.
Hey, I don't get on with him either, remember? So don't you start insinuating.
You know what that fella's doing, don't you? He's setting all you lot against each other.
All finished, Mr. Fairclough?
Good as new now.
I reckon you've saved our Bet here from a nervous breakdown.
Definitely. It's getting on my nerves. Drip, drip.
I could see Betty's teeth were getting on edge, too.
Yes, they were.
Important part of the job, keeping the staff happy, Mr. Fairclough. Especially when you've a good one, like I have here.
I'll drink to that, Mr. Lewis.
Which makes it all the more difficult to understand what you're doing with a pint in your hands 10 minutes before opening time. May I ask who was stupid enough to give it to him?
Well, I did. You see, I thought he deserved it, coming in here at such short notice.
He gets paid for that bet. In cash, not in kind. Now, if a policeman were to walk through that door now, he'd take a lot of persuading that Mr. Fairclough here wasn't just a very early bird. I can't say I'd blame him. I'd like a word with you in the living room, please.
He's a sarky pig, isn't he?
That's him you thought was as nice as pie.
Well, he always is with me. Take folk as you find them, that's what I've always said.
Shut up, Hilda. So what it was really was a sort of customer relations exercise, not to mention keeping well in with a local plumber. And as you very kindly said yourself, Mr. Lewis, I'm pretty good at that, keeping well in with people. And that can't be bad in our business, can it? Do you mind if I sit down? Now, what was I saying? It was done with the best of intentions, but if I've offended in some small way, then I'm sorry, all right?
Have you finished?
I think so, yeah.
Then we can get down to the facts instead of all this flannel.
Flannel?
First of all, you should never serve anybody out of hours, never.
I never do normally.
Don't you? You just think about it. Do you never serve certain people after hours? Or have I been seeing things?
Oh, come on. I might give Stan Ogden one for the road. He'd howl like a dog if I didn't.
Well, I'd rather he had distemper than I was up in court and then fired. I'm sorry, but in my book you have a very cavalier attitude towards the law, bordering on the stupid.
That's twice you've called me stupid.
And then there's the matter of you giving him the pint. Do you really think you have the authority to dispense free drinks willy-nilly? Do you?
But if I'd have charged him, then I would have been guilty of serving out of hours. But because I didn't charge Len, he was a, what do you call it? Bona fide guest. That's it, bona fide guest. Now, you can't have it both ways, not even you.
Oh, but I can, Bet. Because like I was telling Fred, I'm the manager. Put in here to manage. That is my function, and it is what I intend to do. Now, don't let me catch you serving anybody else out of hours again. And I'm the one who'll decide who gets drinks on the house. The manager, not the barmaid. Now, is that clear?
As clear as Len's pint were.
Good. Seem to be ironing out the wrinkles, don't you think? Now, if you don't mind, be a good girl and go back to the bar. I've got some paperwork to attend to. Oh, by the way, I like the dress. It's just a job.
She's been in there, you know, with him for quite a while now.
Nearly half an hour.
When he turned on her just like that, well, Len knows he saw, didn't he?
I was going to put one on him.
Well, you and me both, mate.
Honestly.
Well, did he put him straight like I did?
You'll have changed your opinion of him now, I hope.
1 minute he's treating me like a flaming school kid. The next he's saying nice things about me frock.
He's a bad un, Chuck.
He's a right little weasel.
Oh, don't you love him?
He's all right with me and Hilda.
Oh, well, that makes him suspect for a start, doesn't it?
Watch it. I'll report you to the management.
Well, he's got me mystified, Betty, and that's a fact.
Yeah, he's a bad un, look, plain and simple. He's power mad.
Yeah, but he's not rotten all the time, is he? He can be as nice as pie sometime.
Well, you can't blame him for pointing out your shortcomings now and again, can you? I mean, that's his job as manager. He's always nice enough with me.
Hilda, come here.
Eh?
You come here.
What?
We all know that you're his little blue-eyed boy, and that's another mystery. But stop crowing about it every minute of the day, eh?
Yeah. You're getting on my wicket all.
Look, I just do my job, that's all, efficiently. And with a pleasant smile and a merry quip. Now, why don't you two try it? You might just get on with him a lot better.
A merry quip?
I think she means that joke she told him, you know, about Pat and Mick.
I first heard that in Standard 4. I didn't understand it then.
Lewis laughed enough.
Yeah, he did.
Watch your pockets, sir's back.
Where have you been?
All over flipping town, haven't I? Take me to me bank, he says. Take me to me delicatessen. Take me to me barber's. I must have done 20 flipping miles.
Well, tell Mrs. Walker that, because I don't think her car went with job.
I know me, his chauffeur.
Hello, staff. Look what I've got. Some very nice cheesecake. Who'd like a piece?
No tap.
Too fattening for me, I'm afraid.
And me.
And what about you, Hilda?
Oh, I'd love some, Mr. Lewis. Not having any weight problems myself, like.
You've the figure of a young shepherdess. Come on, we'll make pigs of ourselves. I love cheesecake.
Oh, thanks, Mr. Lewis.
See what I mean? Nice as pie.
When it suits him.
Oh, hey, Mr. Lewis, I'll never eat all that.
Oh, I hope it flaming jokes her.
I already woke up without a bad taste in my mouth this morning. That's probably my lot as far as good luck goes today. What do you think? Well, it looks like that I gave Ragabone chap last week.
Cheeky mare.
Very nice. Where'd you get it from?
Harrison's. Get a sale.
Oh, lovely.
I hear somebody mention sale.
Yeah.
All I ever seem to find at a sale is a lot of rubbish. Not that I'm saying that's a lot of rubbish, Mrs. Fairclough.
I should hope not at all.
I'm just the same, you know. When I go to the sale, I think I'm going to spend a fortune. You know what? I usually come back with a lousy pair of socks.
Well, Len don't have that problem, do you, love? He never goes to sales. He never goes shopping.
I'll tell you about shopping, shall I?
Go on.
It's done when it's absolutely necessary, like when there's holes in the bottom of your shoes. And that's all. It's women that have made it a way of life, you know, and made a lot of shopkeepers rich.
Ain't he lovely?
I'm reading a book about folk like him. They found this tribe in Borneo somewhere, and they're exactly like they were in the Stone Age. They call it arrested evolution.
Weren't called Fairclough, were they?
You don't think they were?
Oh, leave the lad alone.
Yeah, leave him alone. It's his round next.
Oh, Mr. Tilsley, I was hoping I'd see you. Heard a whisper this morning there might be a vacancy for an engineer going at the brewery. One of them's emigrated.
Oh, well, I'm not really an engineer, you know, but still, it's worth following up. Thanks very much.
Oh, my pleasure.
Hey, that'd be a job and a half, wouldn't it, eh? Working in a brewery.
Look at his little eyes light up.
Well, there's not much beer being drunk in here this lunchtime, is there?
Oh, well, it's been slack all week.
So if you and Betty want to go to the sales, feel free.
Hey, I thought he was supposed to be worse to work for than a religious miser.
He's never the same 2 minutes together, Rita.
You don't know, Betty. It could be he's just beginning to like us.
Get away with him.
Have you ever tried laughing with a split lip, Fairclough?
Come.
Are we right? Did that little jingle mean you wanted us?
Council of War bet, no less.
So we're going to fight them?
Failure, Betty. Failure. Business hasn't been too good recently, has it?
Well, you can't blame us for that.
No way.
No, there's less beer being drunk generally. The cake and ale days are over, you know.
Absolutely. So we must bring them back, mustn't we? At least to this house.
I suppose we could try and get Stan Ogden an index-linked pension.
Listen, I've had an idea for a long time how we can drum up trade in here. I thought we could get a couple of go-go dancers, you know, a couple of dolly birds, you know, put them in a gilded cage with a couple of spots on the bare paint.
Fred, stop it. Have you not had your bromide today, or what?
Sorry.
I should think so.
Go-go dancers. Oh, they're a bit 60-ish. No, we need something nice and simple. Something to appeal to the simple taste of the punters round here. No, what we'll do, we'll put on special suppers. And we'll start with a hot pot supper. Now, what do you think?
Well, you can't go far wrong if you appeal to the bellies. I think it's a good idea.
It'll mean a lot of extra work, though.
Heck of a lot.
Well, you'll be taking on extra staff to do the cooking and that, won't you, Mr. Lewis?
Extra stuff, Bet? Oh, no, I've got all the stuff I need. I'm looking at them. Well, it's settled then. Right. Well, thank you for your time and attention. Right, shoulders to the wheel. Or should I say, cooks to the oven.
Oh, well done there, Nick. You had him drooling all over you, didn't you? I don't flipping think.
Oh, well, light's not where it should be in there.
Listen, I do enough cooking at dinner times already.
Well, I can't start making hot pots, Betty. I might get some hot gravy down my blouse.
Any chance of a cup of coffee for a genuine worker?
Yeah, send him in. Let's have a look at him.
In the kitchen, the kettle's boiling.
Thanks for nothing.
Hey, how are you doing out there?
Well, I finished, haven't I don't hang about me. Not like some I could mention.
Fancy giving us a hand peeling some spuds for this hot pot supper?
Look, I'm a cleaner, not a spud peeler.
We're barmaids, but we still get segs on our hands.
Oh, yeah. Next you get'll be the first.
You're not mucking in then?
No, I'm not. Like I said, I'm a cleaner. I do me cleaning, take me money, and that's the end of it.
Everything all right?
Couldn't be sweeter.
How's the hot pot coming on? Potatoes all peeled?
2,000 down, 3,000 still to go.
Yeah, we're just getting back.
No. Finish your break, Mrs. Turpin. You're perfectly entitled.
Fancy giving us a hand, do you?
No, I don't think so. And Mrs. Ogden will give you a hand. Won't you, Mrs. Ogden?
Oh, yes, certainly, Miss Lewis. Be a pleasure.
That's the spirit.
Well, it's different, isn't it? Here's the flaming organ grinder.
They were having a high old time talking about you just before you came in.
Me? What's to talk about me?
Oh, well, anybody dark and mysterious is interesting. But anybody that shoots their mouth off round here, they don't want to know.
Me? I'm about as mysterious as that pint of bitter.
I don't know. You don't come out a lot, you know.
All right. What do you want to know?
I don't know everything. Start at the beginning.
All right. Well, I was born, definitely.
Hey, do you think we ought to,
You, Fred.
Now what? You want me?
Come in. Shut the door. Sit down. Do you know what honesty is?
Of course I do. It's a plant, isn't it? You know, one of them white crackly things.
I'm not being funny. Do you know what honesty is?
Of course I do.
So you wouldn't go into a shop and pick something up and walk out without paying for it? You wouldn't break into somebody's house and pinch a television set? You wouldn't pick somebody's pocket at a football match?
What are you getting at?
I'll tell you what I'm getting at. 4 times since I've been here, I've seen you draw yourself a scotch at those optics. 4 times! God knows how many times that I haven't seen, but one thing I most certainly have not seen is any money going into that till. Now, are you still telling me you know what honesty is?
Oh, come off it, will you, Tim? It's a perk of the job, that.
Who told you that? The brewery?
Oh, come off it.
Mrs. Walker, did she tell you that, or is it something you've made up for yourself?
It's well known, isn't it?
Well known amongst who? Thieving barman?
You call me a thieving barmaid again, mate. I'll stick one on you. I'll flatten you. Who do you think you are? You jumped up little littler.
Right, that's it. You're suspended. From this minute on, you don't go near that bar. Do you want the police in?
We've got to wait for his lordship.
Oh, bring him out.
I wouldn't care, but they won't eat it when they get it.
Oh, we will. Come on, get on.
All right, you can start serving now.
Hey, you better get Fred in.
There's no Fred. I've suspended him.
You've what?
I've suspended him. Didn't like his attitude. Don't give me any trouble, because you could be next.
We flaming couldn't, mate, because you won't get the chance. Are you with me, Betty? Come on. That. You run your own flaming pub. Got it? Good.
Patience!
Why are we waiting?
Oh, Carol, it's Gordon Lewis here. Look, what are you doing apart from watching the telly? Yeah, well, look, I'm paying double time for the rest of the night. Yeah, the Rovers Return. You know, corner of Coronation Street and Rosamond Street. Look, can you bring Liz?
Betty, come here and sort
Oh, she would be. Look, what about Diane? Yeah, great. Bring her. And make it snappy, because I'm on my own, right?
Hey, what's this? What's up?
Ask him.
Don't worry, the cavalry's on its way. Now, sir.
Oh, come on.
What was all that about?
Search me.
Well, he doesn't look too bothered.
He didn't look bothered at all. Hey, Louis, is there any chance of getting any food?
Watch out for Annie Walker speeding back to the Rovers at the same time tomorrow here on Granada Plus. Don't go away, because in a couple of minutes the laughs are all on Hale and Pace.